There is a unique kind of pain that comes from realizing your own flesh and blood views you as nothing more than a wireless transaction machine. For 3 years, I quietly kept my family's entire world from collapsing while they treated me like an embarrassing afterthought. But the moment my mother told me through a crackling speakerphone that I was banned from holiday dinner unless I begged for forgiveness, something inside me finally snapped. They truly believed they were punishing me, completely oblivious to the fact that their entire lifestyle was funded by the very person they were throwing out into the cold. My name is Chloe Vance, and at 28 years old, I had mastered the art of being financially invisible. Working as a data analyst meant my mind naturally organized chaos, balanced equations, and found solutions where others saw dead ends. When my father underwent major surgery a few winters ago, the unexpected medical debts threatened to sink my parents entirely. I stepped in without hesitation because I believed that is what love required, never imagining that a temporary rescue rope would become a permanent leash. Soon, I was covering car payments, utility bills, and insurance premiums while living in a cramped studio apartment myself. The deepest irony was that my family constantly mocked my frugal lifestyle, while blindly enjoying the fruits of my discipline. They made cruel jokes about my battered old sedan on the family group chat, entirely unaware that their own monthly mortgage was being automatically deducted from my checking account. The breaking point arrived on a Tuesday afternoon when my mother posted the final head count for our massive holiday gathering. As I scrolled through the long list of invited guests, my own name was nowhere to be found, leaving a cold, hollow feeling in my chest. When I questioned the omission, my cousin Lucas replied with a smug text stating that seating was limited and I could try again for winter holidays if I learned how to behave. Enraged, I dialed my mother immediately, only to hear the joyous sounds of a celebratory party already echoing in the background. She coldly informed me that I was excluded until I apologized to Lucas for questioning his lavish spending habits, while he constantly begged for rent money. When my uncle chimed in from the background with a sarcastic remark about my pettiness, I told them to stop using my bank cards. Instead of an apology, my aunt sent a scathing text telling me not to make everything about money because family always comes first. She then posted a beautiful picture of a candlelit table overflowing with food, deliberately tagging everyone except me. On the evening of the actual holiday, my mother sent a robotic text stating she had left a container of leftovers on the front porch for me to collect. Driving past their brightly lit house later, I saw the cold package sitting on the concrete steps, ignored even by a passing neighborhood cat. The following morning brought another wave of audacity when Lucas called me from a local electronics store, as if nothing had transpired. He casually asked if I could advance him $800 for a holiday gift for his partner, promising to return the funds by the following week. Listening to his entitled voice, I realized that my compliance had turned into their currency, and they would never respect a source they could easily exploit. I silently disconnected the call, opened my personal records, and began compiling every single financial transfer I had made over the last 36 months. That night, my father called to request several $100s for an urgent banking deposit before the weekend deadline. He spoke with the casual assurance of a man who believed money simply materialized out of thin air whenever he required comfort. Instead of agreeing, I silenced my phone and spent the next 48 hours executing a meticulous digital separation. I systematically canceled the mortgage authorization, deleted my banking information from their utility accounts, and split our shared mobile plan into individual prepaid lines they would have to fund themselves. By Friday morning, the predictable storm finally made landfall when my mother called me in an absolute panic. She screamed that their primary house payment had bounced and the bank was threatening severe penalties for the delinquency. I told her calmly that I would be over shortly, tightly gripping the thick binder of financial evidence I had prepared. When I arrived, I laid the documents across the kitchen table, revealing 3 years of direct transfers that proved Lucas had been taking credit for the bills I was secretly paying. My parents stared at the highlighted pages in absolute silence as the true scale of my quiet sacrifice was laid bare before them. When Lucas walked into the room and tried to accuse me of betraying the people who raised me, I held up his own text messages begging for money. I firmly stated that I was not asking for a single dollar back, but my time as their personal automated teller machine was officially over. I handed them the written instructions to manage their own accounts and walked out into the crisp afternoon air. In the weeks that followed, the family communication channels fell silent as they finally scrambled to adult for themselves. My mother eventually sent a casual recipe message without mentioning the past, but I chose to leave it unanswered. Setting that final boundary did not break my heart. It actually gave me my freedom back. True family loyalty should never require you to completely erase yourself just to keep everyone else comfortable.